Well, I'm just about to catch a plane, go and visit my son, who we seem to be getting along good, and I get along with my daughter really good. But there's two children that having a challenge with. And I'm very concerned about my family unit, and it's caused me an awful lot of stress. But things are shifting. I ain't putting up with crap no more. Next year, time to get a lot stronger. Next year, time to start learning an awful lot about our medical systems. And from my observation, our medical systems are false labeling people. It appears that as soon as there's a normal human behavior, we put a medical diagnosis that there's a mental illness. So our humanity right now is being diagnosed that if you are a normal, healthy person, you're mentally ill. But if you're a psychopath, there's nothing wrong with you. And how I ended up learning this is because everybody's been calling me crazy. And so you know, while you're the victim of abuse since childhood, and your abusive parents say there's something wrong with you, you go and read a lot of self-help books to find out what's wrong with you. Then when you're married to an abusive husband and they keep saying it's all you, you read a lot of books because you take responsibility and accountability that, oh, it could be you. So you do as much as you can, you go and see a lot of therapists. There's nothing wrong with me. Never, ever, ever have I been told that there's anything wrong with me. Other than these counselors, these psychiatrists, these doctors say, life sucks, take a pill. You go and see a lot of therapists. There's nothing wrong with me. Never, ever, ever have I been told that there's anything wrong with me. So, you know, they wanted to label it as depression. Which I'm not depressed. I just find it really challenging to deal with constant abuse. I'm a very positive person. So if I'm positive and believe and fight and survive, how the hell can I be depressed? So through trying to make some logic sense with our medical community, they say it's reactive depression. That when somebody is so abusive, your body tends to go into, oh, a depression. You know, like if somebody punches you, you might bruise. It's kind of like that. But the abuser, the psychopath, never ever gets diagnosed as having a problem. So that's what next year's topic is going to be about, because I've done an awful lot of research. Pretty sure I know medical diagnosis by now. and pretty sure they've been labeling people wrong. So I'm more than prepared to bring a lot of medical information. See if you can diagnose your own problems within your society or your families, and see if they are labeled with a mental illness. Because we have psychopaths running the country, psychopaths teaching and designing courses so that you will fall into place and act like them and find their behaviors acceptable. You've been brainwashed to believe that psychopathic behaviors are normal. Seen it even with the police department stopping me for no reason at all, and I ended up asking him, "You're a little paranoid, aren't you?" And he was proud to tell me that they teach them to be paranoid. You know, things aren't there, but be paranoid. See things that aren't there. Cause hell for people, even though there's no problem. And you probably see this with your police department stopping people for no reason at all, thinking that you are this big bad criminal that they'll even shoot you for. So I've shared a little bit of information about what the psychopathic behaviors are. You're seeing them in the corporate world. They also mentioned in that documentary that they're all over the place in our society and not being diagnosed, and they're causing major havoc within our society and within our system. They are running the world. They're the doctors, they're the police, they're the judges, they're the lawyers, they're the politicians, they're the abusive spouses. I won't say females or males because it's hard to tell the difference. I will go down the list of how psychopaths are created. What the behaviors are, so that when you might be called crazy, you'll know better. And then you can also, this is what we need to be doing, is pointing out the behaviors and diagnosing the behaviors within our community. And maybe these psychopaths won't want to be labeled psychopaths because somebody's got to put the label on it. I'm at my wit's end, and we're just going to analyze some of this behavior, and we're going to see how many laws aren't being enforced and what it's doing to our societies. And globally, we ain't got a hope in hell. If you want to see an Armageddon, first of all, a lot of these psychopaths are religious, and they read a Bible that says spare the rod. There's an example of you better not be religious if you are a psychopath. Because you are beating the crap and abusing children. So we're going to analyze religion and see if it's all that healthy to read some of that text when you've got most of the planet, half of the planet, being psychopaths. You know, that's how you will train a psychopath to be a psychopath, is when a psychopath is religious. They'll beat the shit out of a kid until they turn and learn how to be a psychopath. So all family secrets. I feel, if anything, this is a life mission. Why would I have the family that I have and behave the way they behave and think that I'm not going to do any research and find some answers and keep my mouth shut about this? I am not going to be the one that's labeled the problem of severe abuse that is not being diagnosed. So, my ex-husband, I know an awful lot about your family. There's some sexual questions going on that we'll kind of explore. See if it's normal behavior. It's like, I'm writing a book, been saying I'm writing a book, and this chapter's in. And if you don't like, being in the book, you don't like the story, maybe change your behavior. Then we can tell a different story. But as long as you think the stories that are being created right now are normal and healthy, let's examine what healthy looks like. Because I think on a global level, we really need to get a good understanding of it. So healthy people will know they're healthy and not question themselves so much, like I've been forced to do. Because I know there's no way in hell there's anything wrong with me. And I got more than enough evidence, medical evidence, to back that up. So that's the new year. Heavy topic. Do you got a psychopath in your life? Have they been calling you crazy? Do you know you're not crazy? Well, you might be tuning in, because I'm going to reveal an awful lot of information next year when I get back. But right now, I'm going to have a great week with my son. Peace out.